Hey there, guys. Alright, today we are back with some more Miscellaneous Myths. This time we're on to Momotarō. I don't know where this one's from. I'm going to take the guess that it's from Japan, based on the accent mark. I think that's what you call those things. Just a general accent mark over the O there. I think that's what you see that in Japanese writing a lot, that kind of symbol, that kind of accent mark. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I don't know this story at all. So before we dive into the video though, make sure you go and check out the links below in the description box. Would love it if you join the Discord. Let's go ahead and learn more about some mythology.
Anyone familiar with popular culture from the past decade or two will tell you that Japan is weird.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, just look at anime. What with their beach episodes and festival episodes and 5 minutes of yelling and the power of friendship and all that nonsense. It's easy to look at the prevailing Japanese tropes and call them bizarre.
Friendship.
But to put this in perspective, I'd like to point out that there is a stock episode in Western animation in which several characters are shrunk down and go on an adventure inside another character's body. But Red,
She's right. That happens a lot. I don't think it happens that much anymore. At least I think because of the way streaming has become, because of how they kind of craft streaming series now that go up on Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus. Disney Plus actually not so much. Disney Plus is different because Disney Plus does it by a weekly basis instead of shove it all in your face at once. I think Amazon is starting to copy Disney Plus there, but like Netflix, they want episodes that kind of like hook you, keep you watching and watching. You can watch the whole binge the whole series in a day or something like that. Because they want that watch time. It's I don't definitely childhood cartoons definitely had those. I think those are well, then again, I don't watch any child series anymore, so maybe it's still a thing, but I haven't really seen it lately.
you might say, that's different. That's a combination of elements from Fantastic Voyage and Jonah and the Whale. That's not weird, it's just a reference. Yeah. Crazy how that works. It's almost like it's much easier to see why certain tropes appear when you have something to connect them to. For instance, let's talk about a trope that we no longer question, the magic kid from somewhere else trope. It may seem ubiquitous and now universal now, but in its oldest form, this trope is Japanese in origin. Plenty of cultures have legends about children conceived by magic or born with odd characteristics, but the story where a child just appears, that is grounded solidly in two Japanese myths, Momotarō and the Tale of Princess Kaguya. We'll get to those in a minute. First, I'll tell you why we Westerners don't question this trope anymore, and I'll do it in one word: Superman. That could be 2 words. Think of how weird his origin story is when looked at in isolation. An alien spacecraft crashes to Earth, and instead of an invasion or a monster, a baby comes out? Who thinks of something like that? He doesn't count. That's the Japan thing too. Shush. If Superman's story had never been told, Western media would have nothing to ground the super adoption trope into, and it's a weird one. Now, Superman is actually intended to be a Moses reference, but the parallel still stands. Without Superman, the magic baby appearing from nowhere trope would be as weird to us as the beach episode. But let's talk about one of the original babies from nowhere, Momotarō. The story of Momotarō starts off pretty simply. A childless old woman is washing her clothes in the stream when all of a sudden a huge peach floats by. She carts the thing back to her house where her husband prepares to cut it open. Whereupon, lo and behold, the peach splits in half and a baby boy pops out. Yeah, kinda like that, but this time the spaceship was edible. Anyway, so they named the kid Momotarō, which means Peach Boy. So Momotarō is raised by the old couple and grows up to be an unusually strong young man, which wouldn't be a particularly relevant trait if it weren't for the nearby island full of ogres that started marauding around stealing stuff. Momotarō decides,
Mom, looks like I'm an unlikely hero. I'll go get the ancestral weapons. Boy, I sure love stealing from the innocent. Yo, same.
his ideal course of action is to go beat them up and take their stuff, and his parents send him off on his merry way, geared up with a suit of armor and a bag full of kibidongo. So as he's heading to the island, he takes a moment to rest under a tree, whereupon an angry dog runs up to him and
Hey, pal. Woof.
threatens the young man, ordering him to just
I don't want to hurt you. Put down the dumpling. Nice and slow.
leave the kibidongo and walk away. I imagine that this must be commonplace in mythical Japan because Momotarō hardly bats an eyelid
Whoa, buddy, don't touch it.
and instead pulls a don't you know who I am maneuver, and somehow the dog actually does know who he is and immediately backs down. They share a kibidongo and the dog agrees to help him on his journey. Hey, that's another anime thing. So they continue islandward, whereupon they encounter a monkey, no not that one, who has also apparently heard of Momotarō and wants to help. The dog gets all defensive and jealous, but
We don't need this guy. We could always use someone else with thumbs.
But Momotarō agrees, and he and the monkey share a kibidango, which is apparently how you make friends in mythical Japan. I always thought it was beating each other up. So blah blah journey, blah blah new location. Next up is a pheasant who
Halt, brave hero!
the dog immediately attacks.
I'll save you! Ah!
Momotarō breaks up the fight, the pheasant joins the party,
Okay, what do you want? Friendship. And snacks. Oh.
yada yada kibidango. But by now Momotaro's getting pretty tired of his sidekicks fighting all the time and decides they need to learn a valuable lesson in the power of friendship. So he tells them the next time one of you starts a fight, I'm kicking you all out. So the sidekick squad calms down a little and they set sail for the island of the Oni. And because there is literally nothing else to do on a boat, they all get to know each other
Who's up for a team building game? I'm up for chewing my own arm off.
better. So by the time they arrive on the island, they're like a well-oiled teamwork machine. So the Oni live in a big scary stronghold, so when Momotarō, the dog, and the monkey try and find a way in from the ground, the pheasant flies in first, announces their presence, then
Prepare to... I want to see that image. Prepare to die!
then starts taking on the Oni single-handedly. And no, I have no idea how he pulled that off either. Momotarō, the monkey, and the dog sneak around to the back entrance and break in that way. So they fight the Oni and win, and when only the chief Oni is left, the demon surrenders. So Momotarō and the animal sidekick crew rescue all the Oni's prisoners, take all their stuff, and somehow manage to sail everything back home without capsizing. They win glory
Nice.
and fame and stuff, as well as the retirement fund to end all retirement funds, and that's pretty much the end of that. Well, that story was kind of boring. Not a whole lot happens, there's hardly any drama, and Momotarō just kind of wins. So how did he
Nice.
become so popular? Well, World War II. Don't follow?
Oh.
Check this out. Let Momotarō represent Japan as a whole. The animal sidekicks are the citizens, so the story stresses the importance of the citizens working together to back up the country and provide it with strength. But what's the Oni Island represent? I don't know how to tell you this, America, but... I mean, think about it. As those of you who've seen that awesomely hilarious History of Japan video know, World War II was when Japan was at the height of its world-conquering ambition. America was a dangerous superpower in the game, but if they managed to take it over, fabulous wealth and power would be theirs. We all know that didn't work out too well, and I'm pretty sure our countries are bros now, but at the time, Momotarō was an ideal underdog to associate the country with, and his story perfectly mapped the ideal scenario Japan wanted to end the war with. What had just been a folktale was catapulted into culture-wide fame. So, like, even though our countries are bros now and we kind of try to pretend like we never tried to kill each other, this story we've adapted in so many ways is only popular because of that one time we tried to kill each other. Hey, that's anime too!
The rest of Japanese mythology is way more interesting, I swear. There's a myth where the god of thunder throws a skinned Oni at the sun goddess and she responds by hiding in a cave for months. Oh, we already watched that one, didn't we? Yeah. Then there's the one where an angry 8-headed snake gets super drunk. Yo, that sounds like fun. And we can't forget the story where a prince responds to an assassination attempt by using magic to set his enemies on fire. As you do. I'll get there, I swear. This has been an overly sarcastic production. I enjoyed this one. I really liked the little history lesson there at the end. That was nice. That was really cool. Connecting it, kind of thing, right? Connecting the mythology to its prevalence in the modern day. Why it's popular to this day still. I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.